We are going to go to Connecticut. We've got Rich. He, him pronouns, is an atheist, and got some questions for myself and Jmike. Well, that's what we're here for, Rich. You were on the show. What is up?
Hi, guys. My reason for calling is recently I've been alerted to the Council of Nicaea. And it seems that this is where the whole Jesus bullshit started. And I want to know, am I overlooking things? Do I have it wrong? Why don't I hear this mentioned more often? Could you guys straighten me out and help me out?
What do you take the Council of Nicaea to have
fool of myself?
Yeah, no, we want to make sure that, because I actually heard a lot of atheists kind of like, and I'm sure Secular has a lot more to say about this than me, but what's your understanding? I just kind of want to get a general understanding of like what was established at the Council of Nicaea.
Well, it seems to me that Constantine, that religion was dividing the empire. So he wanted to get one religion in the whole in the whole council, and he brought in all the bishops, and he paid for their transportation there, and he set all these guys up, and he said, "Bring all your information, bring everything you got, and what we'll do is we'll figure out, we'll keep all the good stuff, we'll get rid of all the bad stuff, and we'll call it the Book of Books." And they took all the philosophy of the time, and they, people rising from the dead, and they used all the juicy stuff, like the Virgin Mary, and they incorporated all this stuff to be used, to proclaim that Jesus is God and he was real. And I think there was over 300 bishops, and the final count was like 152 to 100. So I mean, it was really, but why don't I hear more of this mentioned? Is there a reason?
I can at least give
Take
some,
it away,
some
brother.
thoughts. Yeah, I don't know that I'm the expert or anything.
I'm not either.
Yeah, for sure not. But
what Justin should be here.
Right. Yeah, Justin, or again, all those scholars we were mentioning earlier. But I think one of the reasons from the religious side, for instance, that you probably don't hear about it as much is because a lot more of the scholarly believers, a lot more of the individuals that have gone to divinity school and studied the history and so forth, those aren't the believers that are often being seen all over the internet, right? It's the ones, interestingly enough, that tend not to be as knowledgeable on things, that yell and scream. They tend to get a little bit more traction. But there are some people that do talk about it. And for instance, like I'll just mention Sean McDowell is a Christian apologist, a fairly well-known Christian apologist, been doing it for a long time, as his father, did as well his whole life. He's talked about the Council of Nicaea for sure. There are a bunch of different individuals that have talked about it, but I do think a lot of the Christians, the self-professed Christians, are not terribly knowledgeable on the history of their religion, and for good reason too, right? Like when I was a believer, we never talked about the Council of Nicaea because there was no point. It didn't get us to the conclusion that the pastor was attempting to get us to. We did talk about like persecution of Christians by the Romans, which is a real historical thing. We do have some documentation of it, but it's radically overblown, because it pushes a specific narrative for the congregation and the pastor, right? On the non-religious side, why we don't talk about it as much is because I would probably say it's one of those things for us on the atheist or non-religious side, where we're like, yeah, I mean, that's the they had that crap, so obviously it's not as true as they're making it sound. Just because I will just say, just before any philosopher out there starts wanting to yell at us, just because something like a Council of Nicaea happens in a religion does not necessarily mean that the religion is false in and of itself. It should make one skeptical, though. I would argue the priors there now are at this point where we should go, why the fuck would they have to do that? It was so obvious. We never had that for like evolution or anything. We never had that. It was like, it's just, the data's there. But I will just end this whole ramble, Rich, by just saying, if you really want to go find some more stuff out there about the Council of Nicaea, there are definitely some great places to go that can give you that information. Off the top of my head right now, I don't know any scholar that like specializes in that I can pull out of my ass. But there are definitely a good few that could give you some more information on that if you want.
Yeah, and call when Justin Deconstruction Zone is on, because that's their jam. I don't really I like getting into some of the New Testament scholarship stuff. I find that interesting. So I go through like little phases of getting like really into it, talking with people about it, and then I kind of bounce around different things to keep it fresh. I don't ever find myself bouncing to that. I mean, I do see people being like bringing up weird things about the Trinity and stuff that seems confused, but yeah, I don't like to talk about it much, because I think Secular kind of said it in a really nice way, which is like, this isn't really like why a lot of people, really anybody, believes in, like, the Council of Nicaea, I'm a devout Christian now, so I really am interested in the reasons why somebody believes, like, just imagine that no one knows anything, they just believe things and they have reasons that they give. Like, okay, if that's the world we live in, I still want to know about the reasons that people have, right? Because they believe things, and I want to know why they hold those beliefs. That's all I think, to me, at least in the dialectic of like, why someone believes that. Really, just offer up the reasons, and then, we could adjudicate whether or not those are good reasons or not. But it seems like today that's been a hard thing for people to want to do.
It can be. It's very tough. I will just say, Rich, real quick, I just looked up. I just tried to do a quick Google search and I didn't find a bunch, but there is a blog on Bart Ehrman's website about the Council of Nicaea, and just having read some of his stuff in the past, he always is providing links and other places to go. So that could be a good jumping off point if you really want to delve further into that. So
Is that good?
So you say Bart Ehrman.
EHRMAN, maybe two N's, but yeah.
He's got some really nice lecture series. There's one that's like on somewhere on Archive. I don't know if I should be saying that at all. So look at the great courses. I don't know if they've changed their name. I remember. Well, I don't know. I want to. Well, no, because it's on like archive.org somewhere, but I don't want to give like the direct directions.
Yeah.
I don't know if Dr. Ehrman appreciates that, or if that's up there for like. I want to.
No, I get it.
I don't know the nature of why it's there. And
Greg, cut this whole section out.
Yeah,
cut
exactly.
this whole section out.
I would say, yeah, if it's interesting to you, like there are platforms at which the money you spend is totally worth it. I will say
100%.
that.
100%.
It will be totally worth it.
Yeah. Hopefully that helps, Rich.
Okay, gentlemen, I appreciate it, because I just hope I wasn't going down a one-way street the wrong way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I hope I wasn't being bamboozled. And so that's why I called, because I tell you guys, I love the way you guys present stuff. And I used to be, believe me, I went to Catholic school. I even went to Catholic high school for 2 years until I found out there were women. I mean, believe me, I went to good old St. Matt's and things on the Hudson, New York.
That's awesome. That's awesome, Rich.
All right,
well,
guys, thanks an awful lot.
Absolutely. Thank you
course.
so much. I'm gonna drop you like a hot rock, but I'm gonna say thank you again, man. We appreciate you. Yeah,
So it's
I
good
think,
to have a nice call like that.
yeah, and I love the, I this can be tough for many of us to remember, and I understand why in a lot of ways, but there are so many people out there of all types of backgrounds, all types of ages, all types of places in life. And I had a conversation in person not more than a week ago with somebody who looked me dead in the face. And they said, right, but somebody asked me this once, and I'd never heard this before. What if you're wrong, Elliot? And I went, oh, yeah, that's a fantastic question. There's actually this whole guy named Blaise Pascal who wrote this whole explanation of kind of that question and stuff. And he gives answers, and a bunch of people, and they went, what do you mean? My buddy Bill just asked me that. Who Pascal? What? And I'm like, oh, yeah. And I
He's
told
actually
them,
like really important for like decision theory and
absolutely,
like,
he's incredibly important, huge. Yeah, a lot of we don't ever get to talk about like his mathematical work and stuff.
Yeah,
I
feel like it sucks. Like Pascal gets like
I know,
fellow atheists out there. Pascal wasn't like a fucking idiot. This dude was really really smart, and we implement things that he came up with to this day.
Yes,
so
regularly,
it just wasn't a good. It just wasn't a good argument. Just like Girdle, like Girdle's, or yeah, I think you pronounce it Girdle.
Yes,
I've been
weird.
I've been called out for it. I'm like, well, that's how I've been told it's pronounced. But even like Girdle's ontological argument, not a successful argument by my lights, but
still brilliant. He's a brilliant guy.
Brilliant, way smarter than I'll ever be.
Yeah. Super cool. And I just say, like, it's always great to remember that there are those people, and we need to make sure that we're remembering that we were there too. There was a time when neither of us had ever heard onto who's a what's it, I mean, come on.